hate this stupid camera. Hi, how are you guys doing today? My dad has cancer. Pancreatic cancer. Bet you didn't expect an intro like that. He has pancreatic cancer. And, I don't really know how to cope with a lot of the things that I'm feeling right now. But it's scary because I don't talk about family stuff. I don't talk about my personal life often. And I'm scared for numerous different reasons. But my dad has a lot of health problems. Problems that I've mentioned in the past with his 3 strokes, which has permanently changed his brain chemistry in a positive way. My dad and me never had the best relationship growing up. But when he had a stroke, it did brain damage to him, and it really reversed a lot of his thinking. He was a very black and white person, very, very conservative, very, very... everything I stood for, my dad was in opposition for. That's was my childhood growing up. So now that he is the past like 2 or 3 years since his stroke, he's been completely different. I've been trying to do everything I possibly can to spend as much time with him and have the dad that I really never had growing up that I really wanted, right? And with this announcement, even before he was diagnosed with having first-stage pancreatic cancer, when they were doing testing for it, I just knew. You know that deep gut feeling that you have when you know what the answer is going to be if someone's going to have something or something's bad is going to happen? Like, you just know that the scenario hasn't happened yet, but you know it's going to happen, right? You know that, and that's exactly what was going through my mind. I'm like, they said it's a 50-50 chance he has cancer, and I was thinking to myself a week prior, like, he has cancer. I just know it. I know it. My dad has all these health problems, and now this. So along with my dad's strokes, he had a recent surgery on his bile duct. He had a stent put into his bile duct tube because he wasn't able to poop for almost like a week and a half, 2 weeks. His body is not breaking down saturated fat, and he was vomiting all of his food up. He has a hole in his lung, which makes him really short of breath. Like, he can't bend over. He bends over just a second, he'll almost pass out. He has massive varicose veins that have blood clots, which caused one of his first strokes, which was in his leg, and then there was a clot in his brain. And the things just keep piling on. And you're probably wondering, how are you so, relatively positive, not positive, but how are you just so calm in this video? And the answer is because I've learned how to properly grieve before things happen, or if they do happen. I've been preparing myself, and I've been preparing myself for a long time. Neighbors, sorry. I've been preparing myself for a long time in terms of the grieving process and how to go through that stuff and the proper ways to deal with it. And I often find people like myself in the past, and people maybe who watch me in the past, I don't know, and people even in the present right now, when someone close to you passes away, right, like your mom or dad or brother, sister, girlfriend, whatever, from whether it be cancer or suicide or whatever, typically what we do, our response to grief, there's the 4 or 5 stages of grief, and everybody goes through those: anger, sadness, depression, whatever. There's a bunch of different emotions we all have to go through when things tragically happen to us. But one of the things that we really don't take an account of is that when someone close to us passes away, is how we react to their death in preparation of that. And what I mean is, if you choose to focus when someone dies, let's just say hypothetically my dad dies in the next few months, because he has to go through a very big surgery. They're going to operate it. He doesn't have to go through chemo. I was worried about the chemo. He doesn't have to go through chemo anymore, which is great. They can perform the operation. It hasn't spread yet, but the problem is that we have to wait almost a month or two, 1 to 2 months before we can actually have it operated on, and by that time, cancer moves fast and it can spread fast. So, fuck our medical system here in the U.S. because, it really prioritizes people who really need surgeries now. My dad was still never able to get his surgery and I made a video about this start of the year about how medical insurance and just medical bills in general, getting proper medical care is practically impossible here. To get help around here, my dad would be financially broke if he didn't have insurance, because the simple surgeries and the stent that he got replaced in his body was up to almost like $100,000. Like, it's absurd That's a whole nother, I'm getting distracted here. As you can tell, there's no edits in this video yet. Because I'm just trying to talk all at once. Where was I going with this? Oh, grieving. So when someone passes away, right, we focus on, oh, I miss them. Oh, I want them back. Oh, I would do anything to have them back. When you think like that, that is a negative thought process when someone passes away. And what you should be doing, how you react to their death, is cherishing and remembering those times, having the photos, and remembering the times that you had with them that were positive, that were good experiences. You have to think about the good experiences and the good times that you had with that individual, or else your grief that you're going through is going to take a lot harder and longer to go through. Okay? And trust me, you will grieve far longer, and you will suffer, and you will feel anger and all those emotions far more if you don't change your way of thinking when someone dies. Like, to sit in a corner, and trust me, I've done this. When a breakup or someone passes away close to you, to sit in a corner and just, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say self-pity because that's not what it is. But for you just to sit and, God, I can't think of the word that I'm in. My brain is really, not thinking properly today. I apologize. I did paperwork stuff because my mom and me have stuff figured out already for if my dad passes away, stuff where the money goes, where insurance goes, what we're going to do with the house. We hired like one of those attorney people who deals with like the legalities of where like money gets transferred that he has in his account into my mom's account. Like all that's figured out and done with. So that's all pre-planned because I think it's best to prepare for these types of things before they happen, right? So if somebody like my dad does pass away through this very high-risk surgery, because see, the surgery is it's a big surgery to remove this the cancer on his pancreas. The problem being is that my dad has so many different health problems that I'm worried. I'm so fucking worried about the surgery because my dad has massive blood problems. He's on blood thinners, really, really strong blood thinners. And just to get his stent removed, they canceled the surgery 3 different times because they couldn't operate on him because he would bleed out to death. Because these blood thinners, he's on so many different medications, and certain medications he has to be on, and then if the surgery, there's just so many little things that are taking place right now that make the surgery very high risk, and I'm worried. I have so much anxiety about it, but I'm calm. It's a calm type of anxiety. I'm not like going crazy and like mental breakdowns or anything like that. But I wanted to make this video, and I'm already losing my train of thought. This is why I edit videos. Anyways, the main point of making this video is I want to let people know that if you're grieving through somebody who has passed away, or you're dealing with a loss in your life, is that how you react makes or breaks how you cope. And there are healthy ways to cope, and there are unhealthy ways to cope. To sit in your bedroom, in a ball, and cry every single day saying, I missed my dad, I missed my sister, I missed my girlfriend, boo-hoo-hoo. Don't do that. Okay? I'm all about people doing healthy things to help improve themselves in any way, whether that be diet, whether that be exercise, whether that be a way of thinking, because the way you think about things does impact how you respond to it, how you respond to a lot of situations, the way you think. I don't believe in this hocus pocus, be positive about everything type of bullshit, okay? I'm not one of those people. But the way you do think affects everything around you, affects people who interact with you, affect your job, affect work, affect everything. How you think. How you think affects things, okay? That's all. Sorry, I was, fuck, I feel like this video could have been a lot shorter than it is, but, I just want to give you guys an update, on my personal life, because that's something I don't do very often. And I feel like sometimes I don't owe anything, I don't owe you guys any response, but sometimes talking to a camera can be somewhat therapeutical, and you know, it's like almost, I know I'm talking to thousands of people when this goes up on the internet, but I don't always have people who I can individually talk to about a lot of things. So sometimes talking to a camera really helps me with that. So yeah, all my links are linked down below in the description. Join my Discord, guys. My Discord's relatively big. You guys, a lot of my fans and subscribers have meet friends there. I'm in there every single day. I interact with people, and I don't really necessarily always charge people to interact with them on a more like I'm free to talk to usually there, unless you annoy me. But yeah, all my stuff's linked down below. I have a video coming up out in a few days, another video. Check out my Patreon. All my social media stuff is linked down below. Please expand the description, because a lot of people don't even know that I have a P.O. box and many other different things which people can send me stuff. I'm so easy to get in contact with, just people don't realize how easy it actually is. So, peace.